Three countries are about to play in a World Cup they didn't earn the right to play in. No qualifiers, no playoffs, no nerve-wracking final match day where one bad result ends your dream. The USA, Canada, and Mexico are just in automatically. While dozens of other nations spent 2 years fighting for a handful of spots, these three basically got handed a golden ticket. So, is that fair? Is it cheating? And why does FIFA even allow it? Let's break it down. First, the basic rule. Every World Cup has one rule that overrides everything else. If you're hosting, you're playing. It's been that way since the very first tournament in 1930, when Uruguay hosted and played without qualifying for anything. Nobody questioned it. Why would they? You don't throw a party and then not show up to your own party. This sounds simple. It isn't, because in 2026, for the first time ever, 3 countries are hosting at once. The USA, Canada, and Mexico are splitting hosting duties across one giant sprawling tournament. And the host rule doesn't ask how many hosts are there. It just says hosts play. So all 3 get in. No exceptions, no fine print. Here's where it gets interesting. This isn't actually new for Mexico. They hosted in 1970 and again in 1986 and got the automatic spot both times. The USA got the same treatment in 1994. So this isn't some sneaky workaround. It's the same rule that's existed for decades. The only twist is that this time, it's being used 3 times in the same breath. In theory, this is just tradition. In practice, it has real consequences. Normally, 48 spots. Wait, sorry. This time, it's actually 48 teams total in the tournament, which is already the biggest in history. But here's the catch. 3 of those 48 spots are gone before qualifying even starts. Nobody can take them. Not Argentina, not France, not anybody. You know the type of fan who complains about this? Usually someone from a country that just missed out by 1 point in qualifying. And honestly, they kind of have a case. Because think about it from CONCACAF's side. That's the regional federation for North and Central America and the Caribbean. Normally, CONCACAF gets a set number of World Cup spots for the rest of its countries to fight over. But now, 3 of CONCACAF's own teams are already in as hosts. So technically, there are even more leftover spots for the rest of the region to compete for. Countries like Jamaica, Honduras, or Panama actually benefit from this. Their road just got a little easier. But zoom out to the whole world, and it's a different story. Every spot given automatically to a host is a spot that isn't available through competition. Multiply that by 3 hosts, and some critics argue the integrity of earning your place takes a hit. Here's the twist, FIFA would tell you though. Hosting isn't actually a free ride. Building stadiums, transportation, hotels, security for a tournament with millions of fans. It costs these countries billions of dollars. The automatic qualification isn't a gift. It's closer to compensation for taking on a massive financial and logistical risk that benefits the entire sport. So no qualifying matches, but also no refunds if the World Cup loses money. Now here's the part nobody really talks about. 3-host automatic qualification creates a strange pressure of its own. These teams don't get the rhythm of qualifying matches to sharpen up before the tournament. No high-stakes games to build momentum. No test run under pressure. They show up cold, on home soil, with the entire country watching, and 0 competitive matches to shake off the rust. Mexico in 1986 actually struggled with this exact problem early on. Comfort can be its own kind of pressure. So let's bring this back to where we started. 3 nations, 0 qualifying matches, 1 controversial tradition stretching back nearly 100 years. The rule isn't a loophole, it's baked into the sport's DNA. But when 3 countries use it at once, it forces everyone to ask the same question all over again. Should hosting really guarantee you a spot? Or should every team have to fight for it? Maybe by 2030, when 3 more countries co-host the World Cup's 100th anniversary, we'll get an answer. Until then, if this kind of explainer scratched the itch, subscribe, because there's a lot more hiding in plain sight in how this sport actually works.